And then you went to Formula with Carlin. You went to Formula 3, European Formula 3.
European Formula 3. Funny story, actually. The first time that I entered on the scene, it was a bit... I don't know if you had the same feeling when you walked into the karting paddock and you had these huge trucks and everything was looking, spotless and everything. And you're arriving on a scene which is like completely foreign to you. And I was like, I've raced Formula Renault and these, and you're under a tent with the truck and everything, and it looks very good, but it's a step up, and you've got all the Formula One trucks and all the Formula One awnings, and being on an F1 weekend, like normally when we race in categories that aren't with Formula One, the tracks aren't repainted for the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Like the tracks don't look run down, but they're not spotless. You arrive at an F1 weekend and you're like, what, was the track built today?
Yeah, it's a new racetrack.
It's a new racetrack.
Yeah.
And to go through that, and then the funniest thing was that in qualifying at the time there was it was the old format of qualifying where you did feature race was on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday was the reverse grid. And I qualified 10th so for my first actual race in Formula 3, I was starting on pole. And I was like, fuck, man, I'm here, right? This is my first ever race. And
where was it?
All these Red Bull Ring. It was during COVID year.
Uh-huh.
And you got all these F1 teams, like obviously no public, which was a shame. But all these F1 teams are just there. The garages are just there, and you're starting on fucking pole, man.
Yeah.
Like,
no pressure.
Oh, man, pressure was through the roof that day. And it turned out okay. I finished on the podium, which was nice. But it was a cool first year, at least to do with Carlin, and then moved on to Trident for year 2.
Who were you with in Carlin? Was Logan there, or he was already?
No, Logan had already moved to no, he had moved to Prema. Yeah, he was there in Prema. I had Cameron Daz as a teammate, who's now I think racing. I think he's in America.
Yeah, he's in America. Yeah.
And Inam Ahmed, who's also in America.
Yeah, Inam. Hi, Inam. We're waiting for you here. And then you went to Formula 3 first year. Second year you went with Trident, and you finished third in the championship. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good year.
We raced together again.
That's when we raced together again for the second time, let's say, the second stint of our career.
That was 2020.
2021.
2021.
So you just moved up from Freca, and I just moved into my second year. Yeah, I actually remember the first race. Again, I was racing with Caio.
Nice. It was my first ever race.
It was your first ever race. It was a reverse grid, and I was starting. I mean, yeah, that whole year, I don't know why in qualifying I was sort of addicted to P5 or P6. So I was literally finishing P5, P6 every race apart from the last race. And I think, Caio, you were starting in front of me on a reverse grid or something. And obviously I had the experience from the previous year of the tires falling off.
P2 and P3 again.
And we finished P2 and P3 again because I had the experience of the tires falling off and so on. And I could see them fighting up front. And I was like, man, this is going to go tits up at some point. They're going to lose a lot of time. So I'm just going to wait. And they sort of fought each other through 1, 2, and 3. And then through 3, I just managed to, I think it was round the inside or down, around the outside. I don't remember. They were fighting. And anyways, I passed both of the guys in front. And unfortunately finished second because there was a safety car. I was catching the leader quite fast, but the last few laps were under safety car. And then, we finished second and third again.
Yeah. Well, you were not teammates?
No, I was in MP.
MP.
He was in Trident.
But I think that's probably the period. Obviously, we'd kept in contact, but it was probably that year where we started to really speak and be really good friends, let's say. That first year, because obviously he'd just come in on the scene. He didn't really have much pressure, just wanted to perform and do his job. And then on my end, I had to perform because the second year I was with Trident, one of the best teams on the grid, so I needed to do a good job. But it was cool. And plus you were in Alpine, so being based around Oxford and me in London, it was fairly close.